Yes, you're welcome. It's another time on your favorite program. The the station is Lead City 89.1 FM, and the program is State of the City. Comes up every Monday at 12:30 p.m. Um, at this time, we get to discuss the issues that affect us in our state, in our city. And I think that whatever affects one person affects everybody. If it's affecting the city, it's affecting everybody who stays in the city. The pedagogue is what you call me. My name is Olagunju Agbola. I am your guide through this discourse today. On a weekly basis, we look together at the happenings and the trends, the events that take place in the city, and we ask questions. And from those questions, we learn and become more aware so that we can better handle situations which may come our way as a consequence of those events. But you may ask why? Why do we need to ask those questions? Why? How does it concern me? The simple reason is if it is happening in your backyard, it is happening in your life. Yes. So this week, our attention is turned to the menace of waste generation and disposal. Wastes are no longer a thing hidden any longer in the backyards, like, in those days. Today, they are on display on the roads of our city, Ibadan. So please stay with me as a co-stakeholder in the state of the city. But before the details of the discussion for today, we will go on a music break. Stay tuned as the issue we're discussing right after is your concern also.
It is, it is, it is. Today, I'll watch what I'll use my mouth to say. It should not be like that. Shema, welcome back, Ryan. You do your welcome back.
Yes, like that song says, cleanliness helps our health. And if there is no cleanliness, health is not helped. And trust me, we cannot be taking the government responsible for this. It's me, it's you. You're welcome back from that break. And if you are just joining us, it's the pedagogue, Olagunju Agbola, on another edition of State of the City. Lead City 89.1 FM is the dial. Today, we discuss wastes, the generation of it, and the disposal of it in the city of Ibadan. Don't forget it is, yes, it is the state of the city. So this is where we live. This is what concerns all of us. Well, as a means of introduction, let me quickly give us a bit of information. Residential solid wastes are generated by everyday activities of a household. Now, these wastes include paper, cans, food waste many times, yard waste, even ashes, glass bottles, aluminium, metal, plastic, and some specific wastes which require special handling, such as maybe household hazardous wastes like electronics, like light bulbs, like batteries, and even asbestos. Now, residential waste has become a major environmental issue in Nigerian cities.
Yeah.
And if we're making reference to the city of Ibadan, it's been observed that solid waste has become one of the most challenging and most enduring urbanization induced problem in the city. Now, I need us to pay attention to those two words. The most challenging, which means it's a big problem, and the most enduring, which means over many years we have tried to solve the problem. It has just remained unsolved. Yes, yes. Research also disaggregates the waste generated in the city of Ibadan into organic wastes. This accounts for 42% by weight, paper 10%, textile, used materials, our clothes 2%, glass is 4%, metal is 5%, wood is 3%, and plastic is 9%. When you put all of this together, it makes up the 100% of the waste that we generate. Yes.
That's some deep research, sir.
Some of them are hazardous, some of them are flammable, and I think that's what gives us the impression that we can just burn our waste and burn everything. But it's not everything that is flammable. Some are non-biodegradable, no matter what you do to them. They are just there for years, for decades sometimes, if not centuries. Now, the government of Oyo State is doing a lot in the area of waste management and disposal, believe me.
I think so too.
Yes, but what is the mental attitude of the residents of Ibadan about waste disposal? And this is where my attention is focused today.
Talk to us.
Yeah, it's everybody, it's all of us actually. Now, Ruffy is here with me, and Itunu is also here with me. This gives us an opportunity to, see it from different angles. Yes, yes. Incidentally, we are probably in different generations, and I think different generations have different attitudes and ways of disposing
their stuff.
Yes, yes. Now, the first question on my mind is this: how does the average Ibadan resident dispose waste?
How do we
Maybe we should look at it first of all from the angle of at home in homes. There are different. Okay, let me give us options, and then we say this which one we think.
I'm just going to tell you how I dispose my waste in my house.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. So in my house before now, there's always this thing in the compound, and everybody just drop their stuffs. But then everybody started complaining, the people that come to pick it don't pick it on time, or some people tend to, feel the impact
when
more.
You say people are supposed to come and pick it, do you dispose it in drums?
Yeah, in drums.
Which government officials are supposed to come and pick up? Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. But sometimes they don't get to pick on time, or some people, well, of course, there's nobody that watches who drops very well or who packs their own.
If you put it outside, some people who are passing by will help you fill it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's known.
So, in the long run, we concluded on, nobody is, stressing each other. Everybody use your thing and then take it to the junction at night and drop it in the middle of the road.
Yeah, but are you aware that the government says nobody should drop refuse on that road divider anymore, the median of the road?
Yes, they really did it one time like that, and then I almost got caught one time. I would have paid 10K, but then later on, I think they found out that how else do you want us to dispose and stuff? So they put out a time that, you could drop it between this time, and then, of course, I think so far it had worked, because every morning those trucks that pick up, they just pass by and pick this up. From that time onward till that night again, nobody can drop anything. Nobody is allowed to, but then some people,
of course, they still sneak out.
Yeah.
Now, about the median, you are not supposed to drop it on the median. They didn't say don't drop it at all. Drop it by the other side of the road.
Oh.
Yes, that's what the government has said. Now, I don't know what your take on this. How do you dispose waste at home where you live?
Okay, for me, where I live at home, we just put the whole thing in a basket, a laundry basket or something.
Okay.
Then after you realize it's high time for you to dispose it, bring it out. Then since we think everything can be burnt, we just
you have a place that you just
take it
pour
to the back of the
yes,
house
and burn.
and burn it.
What if there's no back of the house to burn? What do you do?
Definitely, we are Nigerians. We will definitely find somewhere to put it at.
There's no place to burn in my house.
There's no place to burn in your house, but like she said, as Nigerians, we will always find a place.
Have a place
I noticed
that
recently there's these shops in front of my house, like right opposite, and then they started, once they finished their stuff, they would throw it in the gutter because water has not been running, it's not been raining, and burn there. And then I go back whenever, what is this? The old fence, this thing is dark from the old. Why are you doing this?
Well,
Just trash this thing.
That's how the average Nigerian.
And then we can't breathe in the room because you're burning wire, you're burning all those things.
That's
that
how
you said
the
are
average
not
Nigerian
burning.
handles disposal of waste. You see,
Okay.
the options we have. You mentioned drums,
Yeah.
which waste disposal organizations engaged by the government will come to collect. Yeah, there are neighborhood dumps too, unofficial, uncompleted buildings where people go to dump refuse. It's just wrong because that land is owned by somebody also. And if that land is owned by somebody, you can imagine everybody in a neighborhood coming to dump in your own compound. Then some people have household incinerators. They just have a place at the back where they come to. Well, in where I live, there is a dugout place at the back of the house, and that is where we use as our disposal place. Of course, eventually, what we do is also to burn. When the ditch is full, we burn it. So yeah, those are available. Some of them wrong, some of them right. Now, but that's how we dispose waste that we generate at home. But you see, if the waste happens to be generated on the road while you are going somewhere, you are going to work, you are going to school, you are returning from work or from school, or you are going to visit a friend, but you are en route to a particular place and you generate waste. It could be from you drinking soda. Yeah, the PET bottles. It could be you buy snacks, it's packed for you, maybe in a paper wrapper, maybe in a nylon wrapper, or you use POS and they print for you a receipt. Yeah, all of those are Ibadan residents generating wastes. Now, you generate it on the go. How do you go about disposing that? Let me start with Itunu.
Yeah, actually, this disposing of a thing, shall I say, it actually starts from home. If you're a type of person, after you generating a waste, and you can drop it anywhere in your house, drop it in the sitting room, in the dining. So definitely, when you get out, you just drop it wherever you see. I realize actually there should be bins in the each junction, wherever you pass, you just drop your waste, the waste you generate, drop it in there. But eventually, if you find a bin anywhere, you drop it. Okay, like what she said, if you have to put your drum outside the house, if you don't drop it there,
people will help you. Yes, they will help you fill it up.
Part of cleanliness, at least they don't drop it anywhere actually.
Okay.
But for me, if I should engage, I'm just a type that to drop thing anywhere looks kind of difficult. I might actually owe that thing till I get home.
Okay.
That's me. I drop it in my bag.
Thank you.
Have you seen people who throw it from the windows of vehicles?
Or a lot of that, of course, we see a lot, especially when you're traveling.
And that just gets me angry.
They're waiting for where there's a bush and boom, they just throw it out of the door.
Where there is no bush, I have seen women who have children with them
really
returning from school and just throw out the cob of corn from inside a taxi just on the tarred road.
This made me remember an incident. A woman trying to
It's not nice.
She threw out a nylon she used from her car and on a highway road, and the nylon and the breeze take up the nylon and meet a bike man's face while driving. As in,
what that means is that he can no longer see, and that will cause an
accident.
Well, the admonition here today is, if you are out there listening, if you have a contribution, you could send it to 0706 9566 844. 0706 9566 844. You have a contribution or you have a question, because I have challenged somebody before and she asked me, am I supposed to keep it in my bag? And I said yes.
Yes.
Sure,
Because I
yes.
keep some of those things in my pocket
I think
until
I
I
got
find a
used to
place to a
this. Maybe
proper
it
place to
was-
dispose.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, well, the admonition is for everyone to be a waste disposal good citizen in Ibadan. Don't just throw it anywhere. Don't just throw it anywhere.
Don't say, oh, there is already a nylon there. I mean, mine won't be the first. But I mean, if
Yes.
everybody keeps, having that view, before you know it, everywhere is filled up with dirt.
Exactly.
So keep yours in your bag. The next person keeps theirs in the bag. Somebody else somehow will pack that, and then we won't have extra piling up.
Exactly.
So
Thank you
that
very
would
much,
be good.
Rafi. Now let's
Welcome.
look at the dangers of wrong waste disposal avenues. For example, we know that wherever you have a stream, it's an opportunity for waste disposal in Ibadan. The Ogunpa River is a case in point. Now, we cried for rain for so long. We wanted rain. Many people prayed. And then the rains came, and the first set of rains, you need
like,
to
oh.
look at the roads and see what was washed out of the gutters onto the roads. What are the dangers we're likely to face when we do not correctly dispose our waste? Rafi?
Well, I would say there's almost no new things we're going to face exactly what we've been facing before, that we've been wishing that the government would help us with, but then the government won't help us without to help us, which is, houses are going to, when the water, when it starts really flowing, and then it's supposed to pass through its normal channel, and then there is no route for it to pass. I mean, it busts out on the road, carry houses, carry cars, and cause commotion. That's just what's going to happen.
That would be a serious matter.
Yes, but if people refuse to understand that, oh, you're not supposed to do this, you're not supposed to throw stuff on the road, you're not supposed to pour refuse in gutters. Gutters are not waste disposals.
No, they are not.
They are not. How could I don't want to use the word a sane person, but I mean, why would you use all your stuffs, the degradable one? Okay, if it's burn, you can burn. Please,
actually,
burn.
we don't even know the difference. Do you agree? We don't know
how
plastics are to be disposed as different from how glass bottles are to be disposed.
Please explain to us, sir. Now that you're here, we must tell us.
Unfortunately, the time isn't there today. But you see, there are specific ways of disposing different types of waste. Yeah. One last question, because that's all we have time to take today. Now, what is the way out of this menace? What is the way out? Itunu, can I hear from you? How do you think we can solve this problem? It looks like every one of us has become a dissident in this particular case. We're all guilty.
Yes. We won't solve the problem won't be solved in the city first. If you can dispose your waste properly at home, definitely you know how to dispose it whenever you go out.
Yeah, so the charity begins at home.
At home. So the corrections should be made at home first. How you drop your things. There are some people, they can drop things, and even though in their sitting room, you will still find a nylon of 2 weeks in their kitchen.
So how do you expect mothers who throw things from the windows of vehicles to the road to correct their children? It's a big problem.
A very big problem.
Rafi, any addition from you before we start to...
Oh, well, just like you said, you already gave us advices. Make sure you go around. You don't throw trash on the road. Try, even if it is just that, if it is just that thing you can pick from the show today, please, when you use your drink sachet water, that's the easiest thing for people to throw on. They're like,
because everybody drinks it.
Because they feel like,
even the bottles.
Why am I supposed to carry this around?
This is the season of corn.
Yeah. Oh, good. Oh, well and good, right? So please, if you don't have a trash can in your car, you have nylon. Wherever it is people sell, there's most likely anybody that will sell something to you without giving you a pack for it. Throw it in that nylon. When you get to your house, dispose it properly. That's just all I have to say. Pick that one at least. Let's start from there.
Thank you very much. Well, additionally, I will just say that everybody needs a new orientation. Everybody needs a new orientation. Let's change the way we think. let's realize that because you dropped it doesn't mean it is out of your life. It will still come back to haunt you one way or the other, especially during rainy season.
Mhm.
It is a problem and it has not gone.
Because if you throw that thing and nobody, you know that nobody's going to pick it for you. So where do you want it to go to?
Have you seen
What is going to pack it?
waste poured on the road and a few cars have gone over it? Do you see how it looks?
It looks.
It's messy. It's I mean, that is not how a city should be. And if you are a contributor to that, today is when you get to change your mind.
Please.
Yes,
Please,
wherever we go, let's learn to not dispose refuse wrongly. If you generate refuse en route, then find a way to keep it until you can correctly dispose it. Yeah. Well, that's all we can take on today's edition of State of the City on Lead City 89.1 FM. When next you generate waste, be conscious of the right way to dispose it. Keep it in your person if you have to. Yes, until you find a waste bin to drop it in. Now, someone I appreciate so much always said, a clean house is a beautiful house.
Yeah.
Adapt that to your life and to your living from today.
Please.
I appreciate your time and attention. I appreciate you, Rafi,
Thank
and
you.
I appreciate you, Itunu.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining me and for discussing this with me. Thank you, dear listener, for sticking with us. Enjoy the rest of your day. My name is Olagunju Agbola, the pedagogue. Peace unto you.
Yeah, peace unto you. That is Olagunjo Agbola, State of the City. It will come your way again next